Let's break down what a recession really means. You've probably heard the term thrown around on the news, especially when things feel uncertain or when big changes are happening in the world. But what actually happens during a recession, and why does it matter to you and your community? You hear the word on the news, but it's not just for people in suits. It affects everyone. Whether you're a student, a parent, or someone just starting out in your career, a recession can touch your daily life in ways you might not expect. Imagine the economy as a huge, busy market, full of people buying, selling, and working together. Every day, money changes hands, businesses grow, and people find new opportunities. Most of the time, it's growing. More jobs, more spending, and more optimism about the future. People feel confident, so they invest in new ideas, buy homes, and plan vacations. But sometimes that market shrinks for a while. Think of it as the economy hitting pause or even rewind. Businesses slow down, and the energy in the market fades. This is what we call a recession. It's not just a bad day or a tough week, it's a slowdown that lasts at least 6 months. During this time, the economy contracts, meaning there's less money flowing around and fewer opportunities for growth. Fewer jobs, less business, and people become cautious with their money. Companies might lay off workers, families might cut back on spending, and even local shops can feel the pinch. It's a natural part of the economic cycle, like changing seasons. Just as winter follows autumn, recessions follow periods of growth. They're not permanent, but they can feel long and challenging while they last. Picture running a cafe. In good times, you're busy, hiring more staff, and maybe even opening a second location. Customers are lining up and business is booming. But in a recession, customers disappear, and you have to cut back. Maybe you reduce your hours, let some employees go, or put expansion plans on hold. It's tough and it can be scary. Multiply that by thousands of businesses across the country, and you get the feeling of a recession. It's not just one cafe or one store. It's a ripple effect that touches entire communities. It's a widespread downturn, not just one industry struggling. Factories, offices, restaurants, and even schools can feel the impact as budgets tighten and plans change. The country's economic engine slows down, but it's important to remember that this slowdown is temporary. History shows that economies recover, even after tough times. Economies are resilient. They always bounce back. After every recession, there's a period of renewal with new businesses, fresh ideas, and opportunities for growth. Understanding recessions helps you navigate them instead of fearing them. When you know what's happening, you can make smarter choices for yourself and your family. The key is to spot the signs early and know how to steer through until growth returns. With knowledge and preparation, you can weather the storm and be ready for the next upswing. So how does a recession begin? It's a question that economists, business owners, and everyday people all wonder about, especially when the news starts to sound a little more anxious. The truth is, recessions don't just appear out of nowhere. They build up over time, often from a mix of different problems that slowly pile up until the economy can't keep moving forward as it did before. It's rarely just one event. Instead, it's usually a combination of factors, some obvious, some hidden beneath the surface. Sometimes warning signs are there for months, even years before things really start to unravel. Think of it as a chain reaction. One domino falls and the rest follow. Each piece is connected, and when the first one tips, it sets off a sequence that's hard to stop. This is why economists often talk about contagion in financial markets. It might start with a shock, a sudden spike in oil prices, a housing bubble bursting, or a major company going bankrupt. These shocks can come from anywhere: a natural disaster, a political crisis, or even a new technology that disrupts entire industries. That first shock makes borrowing more expensive, so people cut back on spending. When interest rates rise or credit becomes harder to get, families and businesses start tightening their belts, postponing big purchases or investments. When millions spend less, businesses feel the pinch. Sales drop, hiring stops, and layoffs begin. Restaurants see fewer customers, shops close early, and companies start to worry about their bottom line. Job losses mean even less spending, creating a downward spiral. As more people lose work, they cut back even further, and the cycle deepens. The effects ripple out, touching nearly every part of the economy. Sometimes it's not just numbers, it's confidence. When people and businesses lose faith in the future, they become cautious, holding back on spending and investment. If people get worried about the future, they save more and spend less. This collective anxiety can be just as powerful as any financial shock, because it changes behavior on a massive scale. This collective caution can tip a fragile economy into recession. When everyone pulls back at once, even healthy businesses can struggle to survive. The cycle feeds itself: less spending, more job cuts, and even less spending. It's a feedback loop that can be hard to break without outside help, like government intervention or a sudden burst of optimism. It's a tough loop to break, but it's how most recessions unfold. The signs are often there if you know where to look: falling stock markets, empty streets, and a general sense of uncertainty. Political crises or global events like pandemics can also trigger this loss of confidence. Sometimes, it's not just economic forces at play, but world events that shake our sense of stability. When everyone holds onto their money, the economy slows down fast. Businesses can't sell their products, workers lose jobs, and the cycle continues. Recessions are about psychology as much as economics. The way people feel about their jobs, their savings, and the future can be just as important as any statistic or chart. The good news: the cycle eventually reverses. As confidence returns, people start spending again, businesses reopen, and the economy begins to heal. Recovery starts when confidence and spending return. It's a slow process, but history shows that economies do bounce back, often stronger and wiser than before. A recession isn't just a statistic. It's something you can see and feel in everyday life. The signs are all around us, woven into the fabric of our communities and routines. It's not just about numbers on a chart or headlines in the news. It's about the changes that touch people's lives in real, tangible ways. Shops close their doors, to-let signs pop up where thriving businesses once stood, and even well-known companies are forced to shut down branches. Streets that were once bustling with shoppers and activity can suddenly feel empty and quiet. The job market tightens. Layoffs become more common and finding work gets harder for everyone. Job fairs are packed, and employment offices see long lines of people searching for opportunities that seem fewer and farther between. Salaries stagnate and competition for jobs intensifies as more people chase fewer openings. Workers worry about job security, and many are forced to accept positions below their skill level just to make ends meet. People become cautious, saving more, spending less, and hunting for bargains wherever they can. Families sit down to review bills, cut back on non-essentials, and look for ways to stretch every pound or dollar. Big purchases are delayed. Fixing the old washing machine or car suddenly makes more sense than buying new. Households put off renovations, holidays, and other major expenses, focusing instead on getting by with what they have. The government steps in, announcing tax cuts, launching public projects, and rolling out support packages to help struggling families and businesses. These measures are designed to cushion the blow and keep the economy moving. Central banks may cut interest rates to encourage spending and investment, hoping to make borrowing cheaper and stimulate growth. Financial leaders work behind the scenes to steady the ship. These actions signal efforts to restart the economic engine. Public works projects create jobs, and stimulus packages aim to boost confidence and demand. The mood shifts. Everyone feels the pinch, from business owners to families at home. Worry and uncertainty become part of daily conversations, and people look for signs of hope. But these changes are also signs that recovery efforts are underway. Communities come together, support networks grow, and people adapt to new realities, finding ways to help each other through tough times. The visible impact of a recession is real, but so is the path to recovery. With resilience, support, and collective action, communities can rebuild and look forward to brighter days ahead. Recessions hit personal finances hard. Job insecurity or reduced hours can shrink your income fast. Savings and investments often lose value as markets drop. It's unsettling, but these losses are usually temporary. Some prices fall, like houses or retail goods, but essentials like energy may stay high. The squeeze comes when income drops but bills rise. Borrowing gets tougher. Banks tighten lending, making mortgages and loans harder to get. Major life plans like buying a home may be put on hold. Managing your budget becomes more challenging than ever. The ripple effect touches everyone, not just big businesses. Jobs are at the heart of recession anxiety. Companies freeze hiring, cut staff, and expect more from those who remain. Pay rises and bonuses disappear, and job security feels shaky. Finding new work is tough, more applicants, fewer jobs. Some sectors like healthcare and education are more stable. Others, retail, hospitality, construction, are hit hardest. The impact varies by industry and location. Understanding this helps explain why recessions feel different for everyone. Prices behave unpredictably in a recession. Non-essentials, cars, gadgets, often get cheaper as demand drops. Essentials, food, energy, can stay expensive, especially if a supply shock triggered the downturn. This mix of falling and rising prices is called inflation and deflation. It makes budgeting tricky. You save in one area but pay more in another. Governments and central banks try to keep inflation stable. Too much deflation or inflation can worsen the recession. Managing these shifts is a delicate balancing act. For families, it means constant adjustment to make ends meet. You're not powerless in a recession. Preparation is key. Start with an emergency fund, even a small one, to cover unexpected costs. Automate savings, even if it's just a little each month. Track your spending closely. Know where your money goes. Prioritize needs over wants. Cut back where you can. Tackle high-interest debts first. They drain your resources fastest. Every extra payment reduces future stress. Building good habits now creates a financial safety net. Preparation isn't about fear. It's about control. Even small steps make a big difference. Your financial lifeboat starts with action, not perfection. In a recession, smart decisions matter most. Don't panic sell investments. Markets recover over time. Keep contributing to pensions if you can. You're buying at lower prices. Make yourself valuable at work. Learn new skills. Be proactive. Negotiate better deals on bills. Companies want to keep you as a customer. Every saving helps your budget stretch further. Protect your mental health. Talk to others. Share worries. Free activities can boost your mood without costing money. Stay connected and support each other. Resilience is about more than money. Calm, informed choices help you weather the storm. The right moves now set you up for recovery later. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by recession headlines. But remember, recessions are temporary, part of a natural cycle. Every downturn is followed by recovery and growth. Like a forest fire, recessions clear the way for new opportunities. Many great companies started during tough times. Hardship builds creativity, resilience, and better habits. The lessons you learn now will serve you for life. Stay cautious, but don't let fear take over. Support your community and look ahead. Better times always return. The sun comes out after the rain, and so does economic growth.